All right, we're going to start out our drawing by learning how to do a process called orthographic projection, or sometimes called multi-view drawings, because you do multiple views. What this does is it takes a three-dimensional object, like you see right here, this little block with a cut in it, and it turns it into a 2D drawing, or multiple 2D drawings, so that we can help define it and do it very accurately. 2D drawing is what you see when you look at Google Maps or a floor plan of a house. If you look at a plan of a house or some of the things that I talked about in the opening session, you can see the complexity of the designs. And so what we have to do is we have to really simplify our drawings so a builder understands how to build. In this case, we're going to start with a very simple block, but every engineer, every designer, every architect, everyone who draws something to be built starts out with understanding how to draw this little block, a 3D block, as a 2D block. So when we go to do it, what we do is we look at it from different directions. Like we're going to look at it from what I'm going to call the front. This surface right here is going to be the front of that, like the front of a car or the side of a car. Then we're going to look down from the top and draw these two surfaces, and then we're going to look down or look over from the side view. So let's start with this one. It's the easiest one to see, I think. It's an L shape. And so what that requires is what we draw or we sketch out an L shape. Now, I'm not too worried about sizes right now. I'm just trying to get you to understand the shapes. When I give you the drawings, you're going to be looking at something like this, drawings that are all laid out for you to understand how they look and sketch from. They're going to have a grid so you can measure them, and you're going to have a piece of graph paper to draw it all on. So it's in an art class, but it does require some sketching, and I want you to be able to learn how to sketch in order to convey ideas to other people. So here's our little front view right here. And then right above it, I'm going to put a picture of what I see when I look down on the object. And if this is A, then here's A, and B, here's B. Okay? And then right here, I'm going to do a drawing of what I see when I look from the side. And so if this is X, here's X. And if this is Y, here is surface Y. All right. Now, I put them on this page in a certain alignment. I put the front here, and above it, I put the top, and to the side, I put the right side. And there's a reason for that. One is, once I lay out this front right here, and it's a given distance across here, and the drawings I give you, like I showed you a second ago, they'll give you a distance right here. Say that's 2 inches, okay? So this is 2 inches. The top needs to reflect that 2 inches also, all right? And when we do that, once I've drawn the top, I can use the top to transfer information up. Or excuse me, I can use the front to transfer information up to the top. And in a second, the next drawing, I'm going to show you how to transfer information back to the front. Or I can bring it over here to the side. So one of the things that is facilitated when we put front, top, and side is to be able to transfer information from one drawing to the next, from one drawing to the next, or in some cases, from here back to here, or here back to here. All right, so let's go look at another one that's a little bit more complex. Got some different surfaces. Again, it's just kind of a rough sketch. Here's an object right here. We're going to draw the front of it. So the front's going to come in like this, just a kind of a basic U shape. And because I want to use this to help me build the top, I'm going to pull this up like this. You're going to do this with the grid lines to help you transfer that information when you're doing this. All right, and on the computer, you're going to do the very same thing, and we'll have different lines to help us lay out information from here to here. So here's how wide my top is. This tells me it's so deep. So I draw it back and I draw it back. I come across. This information is already here, there, there. If this is A, this is A, B, B, C, C. Now, what's left is the side view. Pulling information over. Here's how tall it is. It's this deep. All right, now, so the side view is just this little square here, a rectangle there, that's all. But now I'm gonna add a hole in this block right here. And that's gonna show up right here in the front. Let's just say it's kind of towards the front of the object, or excuse me, in the top. There it is in the top. What I need to do is give the builder some information about how deep does that hole go. And for us, I want to represent that it goes all the way from here to here. So what I do now is I transfer the sides of the hole down to the front. They represent how wide it is. And in here, I'm going to put this dashed line. This is called a hidden line. What it represents is there a feature back here that really doesn't show up on this surface, but we have to represent that it's back there. And it gives us information that the hole goes from here to here. That hole's over here also. It doesn't start in the top. It starts somewhere from across here. So where? Here it is right here. There it is. And we start this by putting in a hidden line here. This dashed line represents that corner. You can't see it from the side here. You could also think about it as maybe being this corner right in here. Can't be seen, but it needs to be represented. So we take the height over from the front. There it is there. Then we have to show the hole going down, okay? The hole's a little bit closer to the front edge than it is to the back edge. So I'm gonna put the hole about right here. There's more space here than here. So these hidden lines projected from here to here, this line projected to here, helps us lay out the entire piece and give complete information about the shape of this. Later, we'll go back and we'll start adding the actual dimensions and notes. What's the size of that hole? How accurately does it have to be made? But for right now, we're just looking at shapes. All right, let's see. I got another one here. Oh, here it is. So this little block right here. All right. Front, side, top, looking down. This one I'm going to start out by drawing the side first because I get that L shape again. And for me, it's just a little easier to see. Okay, I just drew this right here. Then I'm going to help myself do the front and put in this information. And I'm going to draw it kind of surface by surface. Here's this part of the front right here. And then I have these two pieces that stick up. And they don't go all the way across. They just stick up off the corners. All right. So if this is A, B, and C, here is A, B, and C. B and C are further back. They're this far back from the front, but you can't see that because that's a two-dimensional drawing. Then the top view is going to come up from here and be drawn out like so. And the two raised pieces are on the back side of the object, so they need to come up out of these corners as opposed to the front. Here it is here, comes up, shows me where that goes. All right, so now I have this surface in here, and there. Now, there's a hidden line in this drawing. This little corner is creating a hidden line across here, so it has to be represented. Doesn't have anything to do with a hole, doesn't have anything to do with any other feature, but it is there and it needs to be shown. We have a good L shape here, all right, and all of that one is complete. Now I'm going to go back to this first one again. And add something that we didn't look at earlier, because it's just another way to keep up with information. And all I want you to do right now is, we're going to get back to this later and do more work with this, but I'm going to start numbering things here. Like this is corner number 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this view right here, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't label all the corners, but I did label these. This one, this one, this one, and this one. This numbering system is going to be important for us in the future because it's going to help us keep up with lines and surfaces and things like that as these get more complex. Okay, and then back here, this is going to be corner 5, and this is going to be corner 6. So in the top view, this is 5, this is 6, okay? And this corner right here is 1 here and 3 here. And in the front, it's actually 1, 5. 1's in the front, 5's behind it, 1, 5. This one right here would need to be 3, 6. That's kind of a small drawing and real tight information, but that's where it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you some basic shapes to sketch and start learning how to transfer three-dimensional information into two-dimensional drawings. The numbering system is going to come up later. The letterings are going to come up later, which you don't have to do. You can do it to help you lay it out, but you don't have to leave these lines right here when they're done. Your drawing would just be the basic shapes themselves. I did add those to show the transfer of information. But in a finished drawing, it's just going to be this, this, and this, and not all the extra information. That's there for your, hopefully to help you see this.